the ancient land of Ile Ife, where the earth is as rich as the heritage that lives within its people, there is a place where tradition breathes through every sunrise and the spirits of the ancestors walk among the living. This is a land of vast green fields, sacred groves, and compounds built with clay that tell stories of generations past. The people of Ile Ife, proud and strong, follow the path of their fathers and mothers, guided by the wisdom of the Orunmila and the beating drums of tradition. But in this land of harmony and tradition, there was one who shone brighter than the rest, a young woman named Adesua. Adesua, whose name meant born into wealth, was as beautiful as the first morning of spring. Her skin, the color of polished ebony, glistened in the sunlight, and her smile could soften even the hardest hearts. The village spoke of her beauty, for it was said that no maiden in Ile Ife could compare. She moved with the grace of a gazelle, her head always held high, her eyes sharp and thoughtful. Her beauty was matched only by her heart, gentle, kind, yet strong like the river that cuts through the ancient land. But beneath her radiant smile was a heart heavy with uncertainty. For though Adesua was admired by many, her heart belonged to one she was forbidden to love. Her family, proud of their lineage, had a long-standing feud with another family, and it was from this very family that her love, Adebayo, was born. Young Adebayo was the pride of his own family, known for his ambition and charm. His broad shoulders carried the weight of his family's name, but his heart carried something far more precious, his love for Adesua. He was tall, with skin kissed by the sun and eyes that sparkled with a mischievous glint. He wore his agbada with elegance, and when he smiled, it was as if the skies opened and the gods themselves took notice. But the gods and the people of Ile Ife did not smile on their love. Their families were locked in a feud that stretched back as far as anyone could remember. Some said it was over land, others whispered it was because of pride. Whatever the reason, it had been decided long ago that no one from Adesua's family would ever unite with anyone from Adebayo's. And so, their love remained hidden, growing in the shadows of the sacred groves where only the whispering winds knew thee. Adesua would sit at the edge of the compound in the evenings, her gaze lost beyond the hills, her heart filled with the weight of her secret. The drums of celebration often played in the distance, yet she felt no joy. For every time she looked at her father's face, she was reminded of the impossible choice she would soon have to make.
How can I betray my family? How can I abandon the one I love?
She would whisper to the winds. Adebayo too wrestled with the burden of love and loyalty. His father, a man of great pride, had plans for him, plans that did not include the daughter of a rival. But Adebayo, ever the stubborn one, refused to let go of the one thing that mattered most to him.
"A girl, I will fight for her,"
he declared to himself.
"Todd, I will make them see that our love can mend what has been broken for so long."
And so, beneath the shadow of the sacred trees, they made a pact. Their love, though forbidden, would be the key to uniting their families, but the path ahead was filled with danger. One evening, as Adesua returned home, she heard voices coming from the inner courtyard. Her brother's voice, sharp and firm, echoed through the walls.
"We cannot allow this union,"
he said to Adebayo's father.
"It will bring ruin to us all."
Adesua froze in her tracks, her heart pounding in her chest, her own blood conspiring to destroy the love she held so dear. The pain of betrayal stabbed at her like a blade, and she clutched her wrapper tighter around her body, the weight of the secret crushing her soul. The next day, with courage in her heart, Adesua walked to the shrine of Baobab. She knelt before him, the scent of burning sage filling the air.
Orunmila speaks of trials,
Baobab said, his deep voice echoing through the sacred space.
"Your path is unclear, child, but you must choose wisely, for the fate of not just your love, but of your people, hangs in the balance."
Adesua, her eyes filled with tears but her voice steady, replied, "And so, at the great family gathering, in front of all the elders, Adesua stood with Adebayo by her side. She looked into the eyes of her father, her brother, and the many faces that had once smiled upon her, now twisted with anger and fear.
I choose my own destiny.
She declared, her voice like thunder shattering the silence. And with that, she took Adebayo's hand, defying the weight of centuries-old traditions. The story of Adesua and Adebayo is one of love that refused to bend to the will of hatred, of two hearts bound not just by fate, but by a choice to love beyond boundaries, beyond family feuds, beyond the whispers of tradition. Their love, like the roots of the great trees in Ile Ife, ran deep, and though the road ahead was uncertain, they knew that together they could weather any storm. For in the end, love, when true, can break even the strongest chains of the past.